welcome to Rosberry Crafts, my YouTube channel where I share all my crafty adventures. Today is December 4th and the 4th day of Vlogmas. My name is Roz and I live in Lake Country, British Columbia, Canada with my husband and my two kids who are 12 and 11. Today we are hanging out at home. It is Sunday and my office is in a disaster. I don't know what happened, but it's a disaster. So I'm going to spend a few minutes cleaning that up. I'm going to watch the live from Northern Knits and yeah, I think that's about it. I'm going to drink some tea. There's going to be some knitting. Probably some more cleaning in the rest of my house because it seems to also be a disaster. and then probably hanging out with my kiddos this afternoon. And then I've got Dungeons and Dragons after dinner tonight. So yeah, let's get started with the day. Before I get too far into my day though, I do want to show you my advents for today. So start off with our stitch marker one. Oh, there we go. Ooh. There. They are secure. They are not going anywhere. And it's a ruler. Put it in front of my face. No, it won't focus. But trust me, it's a ruler. It's very cute. And then it's got like a stitch mark or a stitch mark, sewing ruler underneath it. But that is awesome. And what I've decided to do is very similar to what I did last year. And I'm going to put all of these stitch markers on one ribbon. And then each of my Advent yarn ones on their own ribbon so that I remember exactly which day they are. So there they are. Yeah, and then they stay in order and they're all together. So there is that one, and that's from Firefly Notes in case I didn't say that. Next up we will do the one from Fireweed Fiber Co. So here are the first 3 days. And I've got a nice long ribbon, so it won't run out of room. And here we go, oh, cute little snowman on the label. Ooh. Can you see the greens and the pinks? It's blowing out a little bit. There's dark green, tealy green. Interesting. Okay. All right. And oh, there's something else in there. And yesterday there was a baggie of soap in there. This was in yesterday's, and I totally forgot to show it. Ooh, there's more stitch markers. That is pretty. Oh, that is very pretty. Oh, so talented. Anyway, so there they are all together so far. And, right, we're on to Northbound Knitting. And I'm keeping these ones. I think I'm going to use them for one of the kids' advents next year. So, ooh. A little scrunched. It's been in there a while. It's a very, very dark burgundy. It's blowing out a little because my lights are crazy. Because otherwise I have giant bags under my eyes. Somebody's been staying up too late. All right, and let's put this one on here. Pretty. So I think it's also doing a fade thing. And my little buddy Alette is here to help me as always. And this is number 4 with my swap partner Tracy. Ooh, so yesterday I got the journal. Oh, paper. She's very good at wrapping. This paper is not going anywhere. Today it says, thought you might need some new pretty pens to write in your new book. And these are like a felt tip, but like a fine felt tip pen. These look perfect. Quick dry, no bleed ink, medium point. And all very beautiful colors. Thank you, Tracy. Awesome. All right. Yeah. That's all the advents. Still seems like a lot. I really overdid it, but I'm enjoying them. So sorry, not sorry. And yeah, I'm gonna pack these up and take those back upstairs and put them with the other advents. And now I'm going to clean up my office. again, but I did want to come on and talk to you a little bit about what I've been knitting lately, because I haven't really shown you what I've been working on. So I did talk a bit about my Nana Suemo sweater. I finished on November 30th. If I had really pushed, I could have finished before then. But you know, sometimes life just gets in the way and, you know, different things happen, and I did finish within the month. And then I just, you'll see in the clips that I have from today, I just wove in the rest of the ends, clipped a bunch of the ends that I had already woven in, which is most of them because I was weaving them in as I went, and then I washed it. So yeah, so that was that. And the other thing that I've been pretty consistently working on is some teacher gifts for winter break. I don't always knit them gifts. Sometimes I get them something else, like a little gift card or something. But Taylor had asked me to knit a infinity scarf, like cowl, for one specific teacher that they have. And then, so at middle school, they have like a variety of teachers. So then it kind of morphed into, I'm going to make a bunch of things for teachers, and I happen to have all this super bulky in stash. Some of it is over here, and so I just decided to whip up a bunch of hats. So I've got one on right now, and this one's really cool. It's kind of a funny color, a little bit iridescent, yeah, so I have whipped up a bunch of these hats. This pattern is the big button hat. Yeah, so I have like a kind of more burgundy one, and I've woven in the ends on most of them, but I have some buttons. Let's see. These are a couple of the buttons that I'm going to put on, and then it makes, it just kind of closes up this little flap. You sew it closed, it's not to be opened or whatever, but it just gives that nice little detail, and you can wear it a little bit off to the side or whatever, or in the back if you want. Yeah, so that is that one and this one, and those are a loops and thread, and I don't remember, and I've thrown out the tags now. And then I had some thick and quick. So this is an oatmeal one, and then I did, because some of the teachers are male, and I figured they didn't want a hat with a button on it. I used kind of the same-ish numbers. I added a few stitches, and I just did a bit of ribbing at the bottom and then closed it up. This one actually, don't look at my hair. But yeah, this one fits a little bigger. There's quite a bit of room in there. But I think it's nice because it comes down like right over your ears. So that one's good. And then I just started using up the leftover bits and bobs that I had. So I have this one that's purple on the bottom and black on the top. And then I had just a little bit of this kind of maroony color left, and I closed it off with a tiny bit of black. But I am going to put pom-poms on all of these. So that tiny bit of black at the top will be covered by a pom-pom. You won't even notice. So I think it looks cute with the that pattern on there. Yeah, and then I showed you from last weekend, I got the respun thick and quick. So earlier today I started this one. I think this pink is nice. This one's a little tight for me, but you know, people have different size heads, so I think it'll fit somebody. Yeah, so this is the wisteria color. And then I got, I just finished this one. I'm gonna knit this one tonight too, and this one is big and a little slouchy. I got a little carried away on the what I was doing at the time. So I did 5 rows or 5 garter ridges, so that's 10 rows for the garter, and then I did it a bit longer. And again, there'll be a pom-pom on it so they can wear it kind of more slouchy, because the weight of the pom-pom will bring it down. So I think somebody will like that one too. And now you get to see, oh goodness, my crazy hair. It needs a wash. Tomorrow I'll wash it. Yeah, so that, let me count, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 teacher hats done. And the piece that started it all off, so this particular teacher is actually a resource teacher and a certified education specialist. I don't know, a CEA. I'm assuming that's what it stands for. But she has been in both my children's classes helping out with other students specifically. So they're like the helper teacher that focuses on specific issues, kids that might have developmental disabilities or physical disabilities. But she runs a morning program. So for half an hour before school starts, 2 days a week, she opens up the classroom and helps students catch up on any work or understand things better or anything like that. So, and my kids have both taken advantage of that. And so I made her this infinity cowl, and it is sparkly. Oh yeah, you're seeing the sparkle. So it's like dark purple and light purple. Oh, this is gonna bump the mic. Anyway, I think that it is wonderful. It's a bit longer than I had pictured it, but I think it still looks good. You can wrap it around 3 times, so if she was really cold, then she could wrap it around 3 times. I have seen her wearing infinity scarves before, so I think she will appreciate this. And I honestly don't know what this is either. It's a very light yarn, so this is very light, but but not like it's knit at a dense gauge, but it's very light. It's, yeah, anyway, it turned out just beautiful. I'm very happy with that. So yep, that one is done. I think my last count on the hats was that I needed 13 or 14. I can't remember. So I have 8, so I have 6 more. There's the charcoal, the blue, and the green. I think I'm gonna make a couple out of each of those. I think what I might actually do is just make like as many as I physically can and have like a basket and just let them try on a couple, see what fits, see what color they like, and let them pick, because that makes more sense. But yeah, so this, I've made 2 hats out of this, and there's probably at least 1 more, if not 2 more out of this ball of yarn. So I think if I can get 4 hats out of each ball of yarn, that's 16 hats in itself, plus the 6 from the kind of scraps and extras. I do have some like purple and some green and some orange. Oh no, like this, I don't know, you probably can't see this, really light green. And this is actually like a burnt orange color. So I do have some other colors that I could kind of do some with. I mean, the purple's kind of nice. It just looks like a muted purple. So we'll see how many I get through in this time frame. And yeah, I'm enjoying knitting them. And I have like, I don't know, 1,000 buttons, so that's not a problem to find some of those. I do plan on doing some more with the kind of the ribbing at the bottom, just kind of more basic hats too, just because not everyone likes a decorative button on their hat. So I'm gonna mix it up and see what we get, and then yeah, either I'll pick or let the kids pick or let them pick. I don't know, something, but they're all acrylic, which means that they can all be washed and in the washing machine if they have to, and all that kind of stuff. Easy care. Yeah, so those are my knitting plans right now. I tidied up my office today. I did some other tidying in the house. What else did we get to today? We went out in the hot tub, which was delightful. And we played a board game this afternoon. I am saying a lot. I am so sorry. We played a board game this afternoon. It's not really a board game, it's a card game. It's called The Crew, and it is a cooperative trick-based card game. So you get, there's a deck of cards which go from 1 to 9 for each of the colors, plus 4 rocket cards. And then there are a set of task cards. Basically, it's the same cards, but they're smaller. And so you have these tasks that you have to do. So maybe, somebody has to win the 2 blue, and then somebody else has to win the 6 green, and you have to do it in that order. And there's like a whole booklet that you can go through to complete all these missions as the crew, and
there's a whole explanation to them as, you know, what's happening and all. It's really cute. They're going to outer space and the whole thing. And each round, somebody else is the commander, depending on who has the 4 rocket. And then, you know, and so it's a trick-based game, you know, so if my job was to get the 2 that was blue, I would have to play a card that would win me the trick that had that card in it. It sounds more complicated than it is. The kids are getting it. We've done some trick-based card games with them. This has a lot more strategy than something like Hearts. So, you know, it's a learning experience for them. Yeah, so, but it's fun. We played that. And you kind of go through the missions like 1 through 50. So we did, I think, 4 or 5 today, and that was good. We haven't failed yet. So, yeah, it's all for imaginary points, so it doesn't really matter whether we win or we fail or whatever. But it's frustrating for the kids because they don't. If we fail, then they're like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing and all that kind of stuff. But it is a fun game. It's best played with 4 or 5. There is options to play with 3, 4, or 5. So anyway, there's different options depending on how many people you have, but the recommended is for 4, which works for our family. And yeah, it's super fun. We do play a lot of board games and other games. Yeah, and then we had dinner, and then I just played D&D for 3 hours, so that was also super fun. We had these weird praying mantis creatures, and I blew a couple of their heads off. It was super fun. It's not graphic because we just talk about it. You don't actually, it's not like a video game where you actually see it or anything like that. So anyway, yeah, my character is super fun. And if people want to hear more about D&D stuff, I'd be happy to share more about it. Just comment below that you want to hear about my D&D character and I will tell you all about it. And yeah, I think that's everything for tonight. I am going to get this uploaded for you guys to watch, which will have already happened because you're watching it, and then I'm gonna go to bed. So that is gonna be the end of my night, and we will see you guys all tomorrow. Bye.